So welcome back to French Countryside Life. It is Saturday, the 25th of May, star date 2024, and it's been a bit of a week, last week. So Monday, Jane and I went down to Dordogne to pick up a second-hand fridge for the tiki bar. So pleased with that. Very reasonable price for a reasonable little fridge. Brilliant. On the way back, it's about an hour and 10 minutes drive back. On the way back, I started getting pins and needles in my fingers. I thought, well, that's not good. I didn't say anything. And I started feeling cold. By the time I got home, by the time I pulled up, I could not stop shaking. And I thought, yeah, I've got something here, definitely. And I managed to get the fridge in and bring it in here. But yeah, I was in a terrible state. So I said to Jane that I was just going to put myself to bed. So I took a couple of Anadin and went to bed. And yeah, I was in a terrible state, sweating, and oh, it was disgusting. And so the day after that, Jane came down with it too, but she was much, much worse. Mine was just temperature control really of my body. I couldn't get warm, and I was too hot and I couldn't get warm again. But Jane's really went to her lungs. Excuse me. So I'm going to be coughing a bit, so I apologise for that in advance. But yeah, Jane's was really bad. Oh, she was. She's got so much. Well, that's disgusting. I mean, not eating your breakfast, but she was getting all this phlegm on her lungs, and it sounded terrible, rasping away and crackling away inside her. It's terrible. At one point at night, she sounded so bad. I was just at the point of calling the Pompeo, which is like the paramedics, which incidentally Andy and I are going to be talking about on French ear trumpet soon. So that'll be a really interesting, really useful bit of information for those that are planning on or do actually live here, because it's very, very different. The healthcare system in France is very, very different. So that'd be interesting. But yeah, so as luck would have it, we had a doctor's appointment that we'd booked about 2-3 weeks ago, the next day. And we went there. Jane wasn't going to say anything. I said, no, you've got to. So the doctor had a look at Jane's, down her throat, and had a listen to her, and he said, you've got a chest infection. So she's on a load of medicines at the moment just to get a grip on that. But yeah, we've been really rough. This is the first day that I've put my shoes on, really. First day that I've got a grip on myself and decided I ought to do something, because I've just had no energy at all. It's kicked me right in the arse. So these tins are paint, by the way. These are this is paint to paint the outside of the house. So the job that I want to be doing, or starting, well now really, is to get the swimming pool up and running now. So part of that is just a little bit of light refurbishment around the swimming pool surround, which means to paint, like to rub down and paint the wall that surrounds the top end of the pool. I want to paint it the same colour as the house. Not planning on painting the house that soon, but because I want it to be the same colour, I thought about buy all the paint, because you can bet your life that we'll buy the exterior paint for the wall around the pool, and then when we come to paint the house, we can't find the same colour. So consequently, bought 5 tins of exterior paint. But yeah, anyway, all right. So that's enough chatting. Let's do some work. I want to get the. Well, actually, I'll show you. Come and have a look. Okay, so first job is to get the pump and the filters put all back together. But before I do that, I'm just going to clear up this area around it so I can get to it without falling over everything. All right, let's get on with that. Okay, so that's that all cleaned up and tidied up. So next job, put everything back together, put all the caps back on, and a little bit of silicone sealant around, not silicone sealant, silicone lubrication, just to make sure it's easy to come off at the end of the year. Yeah, get it all put back together again. We'll go around to the heat pump, make sure it's all the pipes are joined up there and everything's in order. Then we'll go out to the pool itself and see what dramas we got involved in that. Okay, let's go on with it. Okay, so that's the pump and filter all put back together. Before we go out to the heat pump, let's just have a quick look at what goes on here. So the water from the pool comes in through one or all of these pipes, depending on which valves you have open. Goes through here. The pump, this is the pump here, puts it through an initial filter there, which is nothing really. Out through this diverts the water to wherever you want it to go, so either through the filter or out to waste and so on. It goes in to here under pressure, where the water gets forced through a sand filter, which is tiny particles of sand that capture all the little bits of debris in the water. It comes out the bottom pipe here, back into this, where it gets diverted out through this pipe, up to the wall there, where it goes through the wall, out to the heat pump, comes back in that one, down there, through this. And this is the catalyst for the salt water chlorination system. So I'll go into that at some point later, but basically the magic atom is there that makes it into chlorinated water, which then goes out and is pumped back out to the pool. Then it does it all again. So there's 76,000 litres of water in the pool. It's a good sized pool. So it's got quite a job on its hands. All right, so let's go out to the heat pump, make sure that's all in order, all the pipes are tight, and we'll see how we go. Alrighty, so we're just the other side of the wall where we was. You can see that's the pipe that goes in, takes the warmed water back in to the system. Now, I built this last year because I think I went through 3 or 4 control panels on the pump because it kept getting water in it. I need to replace this gutter, but so yes, I built this to keep the water off it, although we still need enough air around the heat pump for it to work properly and efficiently. So this is the first time that I'm looking at this now since last year, so fingers crossed. Good. Okay, everything seems to be in order there. There's no condensation in the control panel part of the heat pump, which is good. So it's all nice and dry. So it looks like this did the job. I'm really pleased about. I've only done the connection fittings up hand tight, well as tight as I can do them by hand. Once it's up and running, if they're leaking, then I'll just nip them up with a set of grips. But I don't want to over tighten them and damage them. All right, so that's all good. Next job is to actually go to the pool itself. We'll take the cover off and see what fun and games we've got lying in wait for us there. Let's do that. Okay, so we're out at the actual pool here now. So what we're going to do is undo the 5 straps and gently roll up and pull away the security cover. This is on here to stop animals falling in and other debris. But it's also got holes in it, as you can see. It's got holes all the way along it to allow the rain to go through it, so the rain doesn't sit on it. All right, so let's get that done. See what we find. Mummy and Daddy Toad. One more. So there we are, that's the cover off. It's actually not that bad. That's where the Mr. Toady was living, or one of them anyway. Yeah, it's not as bad as it could be. No algae, or very, very little algae, which is really good news. So these things, you may have seen me putting them in when I was shutting the pool down. So they float in the water, and should the water have frozen during the winter, they take up the crushing effect of the ice. Because obviously when water freezes, it expands, and if they weren't in there, the side walls of the pool would take the expansion and probably crack it. So that's what they're for anyway. So I'll get them out. That'll be the next job, and then I think we'll get the pump going and make a start on cleaning it. Okay, so it is the end of the day. I've had enough and pretty worn out actually. Yeah, made some good progress today. Got the worst of the debris off of the floor. Did a cursory brush of the sides. Put in some flocculant, which makes the small parts of debris stick together, so when they go through the sand filter they get taken out. So that's good. Also put in some clarifier, which makes the water go clear, so hopefully that'll be working overnight. Got the little robot still working away. I've only cleaned it out 5 times, but he's doing a great job in there. Yeah, good, really pleased. So tomorrow, which is Sunday, I can't make too much noise, but I don't know whether the pressure washer will be too noisy. It might be, I don't know. I'll set it up and we'll see how we go anyway. Yeah, so all of that you can see on that back wall, that's all moss and that, so we'll scrape all that and pressure wash that off. Yeah, make this all lovely and clean. Oh, well, I bought some, I went to the shops earlier and got some magic sponges, which I'm going to just clean the edge of the pool where it's just a bit marked. So that's just like well, dirt. Yeah, so magic sponge is brilliant for it. All right, so there you go. So onwards and upwards. So that was 2.5 weeks ago. Shortly after I filmed that, I noticed that the water wasn't going into the skimmers. It wasn't being sucked down into the skimmers, and the flow had reduced drastically through the pump. So I turned it off, did a backwash, and all water gushed out from underneath the tiki bar. So I shut it all down, and it appears there's a blocked pipe. So I went to, after a few phone calls around, found that there's a swimming pool shop in St Junien, which I went to and asked for an engineer to come around and take a look, because I've no idea how to clear that. one of the things about living in France is that things do get done, but they get done eventually. So went into the shop, spoke to the lady there, nice lady, and she said, "I'll get an engineer to call you." Of course, a week later, no one called. No one called. So Jane and I went back into the shop and went through it all again. And she called an engineer there and then and made an appointment. So he's coming this Thursday. It is Tuesday today. He's coming Thursday. So what I was saying about one of the annoying things about living is that it's difficult to get people to come and do stuff. The past 3 weeks really, my work has just, there's so much of it, I've got to start saying no. I was supposed to be semi-retired, but I have been working 5 days a week, which is brilliant. You know, it's great for the money. But I think the reason that that's happened is that I answer every phone call, and should I miss a call, I make sure I phone back immediately, and I turn up when I say I'm going to turn up. I think that's more to do with my background really, but I don't have to advertise. All my work comes through recommendation. So, anyways, it's the lifestyle that we're leading makes any issues like that, you know, that people don't turn up or whatever. It's just an annoyance than a real problem. That's all I've got to worry about. I'm doing all right. So what else has happened? I've got it all written down here in the past couple of weeks. So, yeah, so we found a block pipe. The car, the Peugeot, finally went in to be repaired. If you don't know, then I think it was last September. We had a massive hailstorm, and the car got damaged. Every single panel was dented. Every single panel. Now I was expecting them to write the insurance company to write the car off, but no, they got a dent wizard to come and have a look at it, and he said, yeah, you can do it. So we're just into the second week of the repair now, so I should get it back by the end of the week. I did ask when I went to pick up the courtesy car, could I have a van, because it'd be a lot easier for me, and I just got no. So they was kind enough to give me a car that doesn't have a tow bar, so that's kind of made things a little bit difficult, but like I say, if that's all I've got to worry about, doing all right. Speaking of cars, so when we first came here, didn't really think it all the way through, and what I should have done was bought a small car for Jane and a van for me. But what we did was buy one expensive car. So when the Peugeot's been repaired, that's going to be sold, and I'm going to buy myself a van. We went and bought a Citroen C4 for Jane. What I was saying earlier about people don't answer phone calls or answer emails. We went into Limoges to a Citroen dealer to buy this C4, and the guy said it'll be ready in a week. So all right. So I said, can you call me or email me when it's ready, and we'll come and collect it. Definitely. Of course, no emails, no phone calls. So I sent him an email, said, you know, asking what the progress was. Nothing, no reply. I sent a second email to the dealership itself, asking, nothing, no reply. So this is into the end of the second week then. So Jane went to this meeting of a ladies group. So I drove down there, dropped Jane off, and I drove down to Limoges and went to see him. And they said, yeah, we've had to do a bit more work to the car than we expected, and it'll be ready next week. So I said, well, that'll be 3 weeks. And, you know, you did say, he said, I got the French. So that's fine, that's fine. Anyway, yeah, so we're picking up on Thursday. Thursday morning, and we've got the pool guy coming Thursday afternoon. We've had a couple of days out, which was nice. We went to a place called Bellac, which always reminds me of Florence. Not that I've been to Florence, but from what I've seen, it does look like it. So here's a little taster of what we saw. So that's a beautiful place, definitely worth a visit if you're in the area. So a couple of days ago, I was on the phone to the bank sorting out the insurance, the extension of the courtesy car for the Peugeot, and I'm sitting there on the phone to this nice lady, and I looked over. There was a snake in our front room. There's a snake by the door. So I said to the lady on the phone, I'll just stop you there. I said, we've got a snake in our front room. Give me a minute. And she said, sure. So she went off to do something else and managed to get the snake out the door. But yeah, have a look at this.
Oh.
There he goes.
Whoa. It
Oh,
really
big,
is.
isn't
Yeah. That's all he wants. He wants to go out. I want him out as well. That's it. Bugger off.
He's lovely, isn't he?
No.
So the tiki bar's coming along nicely. I did the first bit of welding I've ever done, and made a bracket that supports the power line that comes in through the back of the workshop there and out to the tiki bar. So so that was fun. That was a learning experience. It was good actually. I really enjoyed it. It was good. Yeah, so that's that, and also put some lights into the roof of the, because I was just cladding the underneath of the roof, and I left a little gap, and I put some lights in. So have a look at this. So speaking of lights, the 1980 is called. I said they want their light back. So we can take that as an opportunity to paint the ceiling in here, and we've got a nice flat LED light to go in its place. I've set about reducing the amount of electric that we use. We've got a feature on the dishwasher that we can delay the start of it, and we run it after 12 o'clock. I've set the hot water to run between 12 and 6, so it's 12 midnight and 6 a.m. So we're on cheaper electricity then, and yeah, so that's just those two things has really made a difference. I guess we're spending about €3.50 to €4 a day on electric, which is really good. So, all right, let's go with that. Okay, so we've got all the units covered up. Plastic on the floor. Never a good sign, is it? Plastic on the floor when you go to the place. I've seen The Sopranos. I know what goes on. Good. All right, so nothing to it but to do it. So let's get on with it. Okay, so that's the ceiling painted. The light up. It's a low energy LED light, so really pleased with that. When we bought it, Shane said it looks really big for the kitchen. It looks really big, but as it turns out, I think it's just right. Gives that loads of light. Really pleased with it. So yeah, moving on. So it was a little bit windy out there, so I didn't want to get a ladder out and start picking cherries from the top of the tree, because I'll end up at the bottom of the tree. But yeah, got a few there, lovely. These are like a blush cherry, so they don't go the deep red, you know, like your cerise cherries, but they're lovely. So looking forward to them. Have a little munch up tonight. That'll be good. So I'm going to try and post a bit more often, a bit more regular like I used to. I feel a bit bad for not posting as often as I should have done. So yeah, I'm going to endeavour to do that. And I keep saying it, but I really am. So, quote of the week, sent to me by Jane, funny enough. I don't know who it's by, but I like it, so I'll give it a go. Life is like a camera. Focus on the good times, develop from the negatives, and if things don't work out, just take another shot. So, don't forget to go and take a look at French ear trumpet. Andy and I do a little chat every week. It's really good. I love doing that. Really enjoy it. Robbie's channel, Escape to France Charente, link in description. Graham's channel, Our French House Renovation. Just editing this, and I just realised that I forgot to say AJ in France. Make sure you go and look at AJ in France, definitely. And there's a bunch of others. You know what to look at. So all those links being in the description. And so if you'd like to give the video a thumbs up, that'd be great. Maybe share it on your social medias. Don't forget to press the notification bell so that you know when there's new content. Maybe think about subscribing if you're not subscribed already. And all that leaves to say is mine, there you go, and I'll see you soon.